Guys, this is Digvijay Bundir, and today we are going to take a look over value converter. As in my previous video, I have explained everything about value converter, that why we use value converters and where we can use value converters. Okay, so I have we have also seen a simple example like we have seen a task and we have achieved that task by using value converters, and we have also seen that the convert back method, how we can use that convert back method as well. So now we will take an example that for the use of a value converter, as I have also discussed it in with previous video, so I will discuss it again. So sorry, so this is our application. Okay, in this application we have entry and two entries and a button. So in my previous session we have on the basis of text, we have disable or enable the button. So we have seen that thing. Okay, so now in this video we are going to explore this more. Okay, so I will explain that what we are going to achieve uh, for with this session. Okay, so so this is our example. So what we are going to achieve in this video. So in the password field, whenever we write down the password, okay, so it will show to the user that what is the type, means is the password is right or wrong. So we need to means give a warning to a user that you are doing good, and or you are having a moderate password length, you have a poor password length, or you have an excellent password length. So it is a simple kind of validation where we show the user of what he is going to be take a password length. Okay, so for that we will take a label over here. So for that we will take a label, let's say label. Okay, and let's say the text is, so we will start with poor. Okay, so if we doesn't write anything, so it will always poor. Okay, so now what we want to achieve after enter into this entry. Okay, so let's say its name is password entry. Okay, so the password entry, so whenever we write into the password entry, so on the behalf of password entry length, we will going to change the label. Okay, so for that we will create a class. Okay, new class, that is that we can say password strength strength password strength value converter. Okay, and as we have also write down over here, so we need to implement I value converter, and it is coming from Xamarin forms. Okay, and we can also easily implement this. Okay, so we have also seen the convert and convert back in my previous video. So what we are going to achieve over here, so on the label, uh, for text we are going to write down a binding. Okay, and binding would be the same, binding with source equal to uh, x reference, sorry, over here x reference should be this password entry. So the syntax is same as we write above, and the path should be also same. And the converter is the name of let's say we have this class, and let's say the name of that converter is wdstr validation, and it should be there. So we are taking the length from here, and on the behalf of this length we are going to convert, or we are going to change the label. So here we need to define our logic. So that is the main thing. So we are over here, we are defining the logic. So as we know what we want to achieve, first we will fetch the length, or we can say value of length, and it should be in integer value. So if the value is, for example, 6, okay, so we return the text is poor. Else if the value is let's say till 9, means greater than 6, greater than or equal to 6, and value is not more than 9, then return what? It should be well moderate. Else it is, let's say, excellent. Okay, so that is the simple example which we are looking for. So what we are saying, whenever the length is more than 6, then it is poor. If it is uh, in between 6 to 9, then it is moderate, and if it is more than 9, then it is excellent. And we also have one scenario left over here. If it is empty, then what we should do, we can take the example of means method of val. Okay, so what it is, sorry, it will return nothing. So it is nothing over here. Okay, so now I think we will take it as a string, and over here we will take it as the text. Okay, so let's say it is length. So now it is fine. So on the behalf of the text length, we are changing the text over here. So I think everything is fine over here. So let's run this. If it is working, everything is fine and spelled good, then it will work. So over password, if we move to uh, 1 to 6, then it is poor, then moderate, and then excellent. Okay, excellent, good. Okay, so it is changing over here once we change the text. So it is little bit changing this the space, means the size also. So we can do one thing for now, means there is lots of options to do this, means we can also create the grid. For now I'll create a stack layout, and I have provided the stack layout height to 40. So now let's see if it is good or not, because the flickery page is not good. So if our password is good, okay, now it is fine. Moderate, poor. Okay, now it is not clicking, and your controls are on place. Okay, so this is a very good example of value converter. So I think we can do one more thing. We can also change the color of that text as well. So we will do it in very short manner. So we can also see that how we can use uh, more in value converter and multiple value converter as well. So for that I have to create a text color binding, and that would be same as above. Okay, so that would be password entry, that would be text, and that. So for that I have to create a new converter that should be color, and the password strength should be color, and that would be color. So I will create, okay, so for the time I'm creating this over here. We can also create by taking a new class. So over here, so for null, I don't think we have to take this as a color, because if we pass, if we have null or empty, we pass no value over here, so we do not need any color over here. So we can remove this thing. So if it is poor, then we can return color dot, let's say red. For next we can return let's say yellow green type of thing, or for that it should be green. Okay, so now this is the second value converter, and this is applied over text color overlay off label. Okay, so now let's see if it is working, and you can also see that it is how easily we have implemented the second value converter. So object reference null on value length. Okay, I think we should uh, okay, that, so please remember, if we have to put this as null over here, means the empty over here, otherwise we have to write down this statement everywhere. So because it is also checking the null, so we have to, so we can do one thing, we can check the null and pass whatever we want to pass, but there is no meaning to check the null and return something, means because we do not need to return if there is null, means it is meaningless. So we can do one thing, we can give the empty text to entry. So we have two options, whatever options we want to choose, we can choose. Okay, so now we will see that it is fine or not. It is waiting. Now it is fine. Cool. So now if I write down the password, so now it is showing me poor in red. Okay, so if we go beyond 6, then it is moderate, and it is yellowish green. So now if I go beyond 9, boom, it is excellent. Okay, so now you can see we have created the use of value converter and how easily we can implement the value converter. Okay, so that is for value converter. And one more thing we can do, we can also, like for the multiple value converters, so there is a short way to do that. So I have also explaining this, okay, before leaving. Okay, so we can specify the binding context of that, and we can take that source from here and directly specify in binding context, so that we do not need to write this means bits all the times. Okay, okay, so because you can see that we are referencing the source password entry over here, we are referencing the source password entry for text color as well, so we do not need to write down again and again. So we can cut it out this like this. So now you can see how short it is. So we can cut now this to this. Okay, so now we are saying that binding context is same password entry. Okay, we need to make a relationship with entry, and then we are saying that the text binding context is text for password entry, and the converter is this. So we'll see the output of the app is same or not. Okay, so as if we write less than 6, then it is poor, then moderate, then excellent. Okay, good. So it is showing the same result. Okay, so this is also a very shorthand type of way that how we can write the binding on our label and the use of value converter. Hope guys this would be you like this video, and I will also create some more video in future, so hope you will like. Thanks very much.